Hello, hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown. On this segment, Road to Wembley 2024. Well, you guessed it, Arsenal have to go back to Bayern after a horrendous end to the game where it could have been a penalty to the Arsenal. Well, I'm here with a Bayern fan. We have to do the part two of it. We have to see how the game might end at Bayern's home. So let's invite the guest, Vignesh. Hi, Vignesh, how
Yes,
have you been?
good, good. Okay, lucky, I guess. The next
Oh,
signal is
lucky.
black. Yeah.
Well,
No, I just feel
uh,
like
uh,
you know, it you can look at it both ways. If you
hmm,
look at the video again and again in slow motion, it's
uh,
definitely not a penalty.
hmm,
But
hmm,
at that instinct, if it
hmm,
was given a pen, I think it would have
hmm,
stayed. If it was not given, it
hmm.
may not have,
See,
So it's like
that's what I was thinking, right? Whenever a video slow down, it always looks worse than it actually is. Sometimes it will not look like something it is not, and sometimes it will look like something it is, which it's not. Like there were a bunch of I don't know if it happened in the Bundesliga, but in the Premier League, I remember at least two players who got red card in spite of not being a very uh, dangerous tackle on another player to get the ball off. But when they kept playing on slow mo, it looked worse than it always was. So, do you think it was that one of those situations where if it was just taken as a decision like this, it should have been a penalty, but the more you slowed it down, it looked more like a dive?
So yeah, that is definitely a good point. So I
Hmm.
think this is how, if I'm looking from the referee's perspective, I feel like he was concentrating on Manuel Neuer's movement because
Hmm.
I think that's where you can take the call. And when Neuer went for the block, I think he just stopped there and he didn't he didn't progress front.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
when Saka took that step over to the left, I felt that there was a gap, and I feel this is what the referee would have seen, and hence he didn't give the penalty. But I can understand how it can like it's a close call, right? At the
Hmm.
end of the
Hmm.
day,
Hmm.
so I can see how it's
Yeah.
like as a Bayern fan, I can understand what you're going through. We have so
Uh-huh.
many decisions against us.
Uh-huh.
Like even in 2016 against Real Madrid, Arturo
Oh. Yeah.
Vidal
Yeah.
is already on a yellow card.
Yeah. Yeah.
He clears the ball and then Modric like falls down,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
they give him the second yellow and send him off. And of course, the two offside goals, right?
Oh, those two offside goals I'll never forget because, yeah, next day we went to school and it was like a discussion, like we were part of the, board that is deciding should we scrutinize the referees or
Yeah,
not. But yeah, I mean
yeah.
that's school life, right? Yeah, good old days, good old days. Anywho, speaking of good old days, how is Bayern coping up with Leverkusen winning the Bundesliga?
Uh, First of all, I was happy we won on Saturday. We got a
Mm-hmm.
2-0 win because now it's important to secure a second place in the league because, you don't want to end up outside the Champions League spots
Hey,
given
but
how
I
things
don't
are
think it's
going.
that bad also. But okay, huh?
No, because the third place team, Stuttgart, they're
Hmm.
also doing excellent and they are at same points as us. So now there's like we're gonna see who's gonna finish second, third, and
Hmm. Hmm.
stuff like
Hmm.
that. But
Hmm.
yeah, coming back to the Leverkusen, definitely they deserve like they've been outstanding. No
Hmm.
words to see
Hmm.
how like they've played. Definitely deserve it. It's
Hmm.
just funny that when you think Bayern's dominance is over, you assume it's Dortmund, right? Everybody assumes it's
Yeah,
Borussia
yeah,
Dortmund
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it's not, it's Leverkusen. And
Uh,
in a way, I'm a little happy for them. Like it's their first
hmm.
ever league title. And of course,
Hmm.
Zabi Alonso, he played for my club at one before he retired.
Hmm.
So a lot of emotions, a lot of positive energy over there. So I guess,
Hmm.
they deserve it. No hate, I guess. But one thing I really liked was when Bayern kept losing the positions in the league, like the
Uh,
entire world was like just enjoying, celebrating the dominance. And that actually I was pissed at first, but then it actually put things in perspective.
uh,
Like we were dominating, right?
uh,
People are pissed at watching Bayern because they're like, oh
hmm.
my God, yeah, they're going to win 3-0, they're
Hmm.
going to win
Hmm.
4-0.
Hmm.
So it is nice to know that we were dominant and people looked at us that way. So now it's
Uh,
just more motivation for us to come back stronger next
hmm.
season.
Hmm. Hmm. Do you reckon
Speaking
it's
of
like yeah,
weekends,
yeah.
speaking of weekends, the Liverpool lose, right? And you assume, okay, Arsenal's going to win and go up, but what happened was, man,
Ah,
Unai Emery and me Martinez, like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. See, the funny thing was that on Twitter, I was very calm. I was like, you know what? Okay, the first half is done. That is Liverpool to lose or to drop points. Second half of the things that were supposed to go as per plan was Arsenal to win. But then on Twitter, I was like, you know what? I will do my own PR. I have called Liverpool are going to drop points only now. I made a mess of myself on Insta. Then I recorded that video with complete head loss. I had no proper idea what I was saying even in the video. Because after the video, and I got up, and today morning I was like in a better mood. I was able to see the game clearly, or I was able to recollect the game better. I was like, I should have been objective about things, but that is the whole point of that segment of that video where I just give my final thoughts right after the game without anything. But yeah,
Right.
dude, it was just it was just something, dude. Like, I'm not like, now that I've taken time to like think about it, I'm not completely done that. Okay, Arsenal are going to hand over the league to City. I'm just saying there is still a chance for City to drop points because it is City playing in the most City way. They're just playing.
City. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say that. Yeah.
they're just grinding points like how Liverpool have done this season for majority of the parts, or how Arsenal have done last season. Like last season you had Arsenal score like 3-1 score line, but those two goals came in the like 88th minute to the 93rd minute or something. So it is more like just them grinding out goals or grinding out wins. So that's my hope. That's all I can hope at this point when we had everything in our own hand. Yeah, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it was. And what even was the guy who scored that winner, right? Yes, the second goal. He is an Arsenal fan, and then he comes out saying that, oh, I was not really upset that, that Aston Villa upset Arsenal. It was expected. Yeah, what can I say? I can keep saying a lot of things now after taking time, but yeah, Emery didn't change tactics. Emery didn't change even personal. Yeah, we just like you know that meme, right? How like the ongoing meme about how Arsenal affect themselves in the wrong possible way when you don't need anyone else to affect them. It was just living
Right.
the meme
Right.
at that
Right.
point. Yeah, it was just stupid. Yeah.
Well, I know City is playing Spurs, so you expect Spurs to just at least pull a draw, something
Please.
like you think.
Ah, you know, if I think Spurs winning is a better. You know what? Actually, if Spurs somehow get a point, I think Chelsea that time City will be on 74, and somehow Arsenal win the next game. We will go to 74 points, but our goal difference is better than theirs. I think so. I think it's still better
Okay.
than
Okay.
City's. So on that, we'll still be on top. It's not breathing space, but at least morally we'll be like, okay, we're still on top. So I think that is
Right.
fine. But it's very crucial because we're going to play Wolves at home, Wolves away, then Chelsea right after that at our home. Then the next game is going all the way to Tottenham's home and playing. So yeah. Anywho, at the Allianz, what are your opinions? How do you think Bayern are going to come out now, especially with the title gone? Harry Kane hoping for his first title in like forever. How do you think Bayern are going to approach this game?
Right. So, yeah, with regards to the Harry Kane thing, even Bayern does not like to go
Uh,
trophyless, so they'll definitely put their soul out because they have nothing to lose
uh,
now. The league's over, DFB Pokal's done, so they have to go all out, no choice, right? So that's first thing. Second thing is we won't have Alphonso Davies, we don't have Nabry, we don't have Coman.
hmm,
These three are like our road runners
hmm,
on the
hmm,
ground, right?
hmm,
So we are going to lack a lot of speed.
hmm,
And because of that, I think Arsenal are going to make really good
hmm.
use on the right flank. So the right flank is where I feel the heat map is going to be extreme for Arsenal,
Your right side, you
right?
mean Kimmich's side, no?
No, I mean Arsenal's
Okay, okay,
right
okay.
side. Saka and
Ha
Ben,
ha.
I feel they are going to attack a
Hmm,
lot
hmm,
because we don't have
hmm,
pace.
hmm, hmm,
Okay, so in the Cologne
hmm,
game, what Thomas Tuchel did was, since Davies is not going to play in UCL, he tried out Rafael Guerrero.
hmm, hmm,
Now the interesting part was, so we also have a fullback, Mazraoui, the Moroccan. So Mazraoui started on the left back side. He's actually a right back, but he played on left.
okay.
And Guerrero started in the midfield,
Hmm.
and that combo worked out really
Oh,
well.
yeah, superb. Hmm.
That being said, yeah, that was a really good
Hmm.
combo. So I think he's going to start that way,
Hmm.
where Guerrero is going to play in mid, and then the second half, when Mazraoui gets subbed
Hmm.
out, Guerrero will move to the left back. So
Okay.
they're going to do some kind of a movement over there, is my
Ha
expectation.
ha. Okay. Hmm.
The right? Then the third thing is, so in Arsenal, Arsenal dominated the possession, right? They were intensively pressing and they had around 60% ball possession, right, at the end. So I feel that may not happen in Allianz Arena because now that it's our home crowd, there's this psychological pressure that you need to control the game, you need to control the ball. So
True.
I feel like Bayern are unnecessarily going to keep pressing. They're going to have the ball. So Arteta's game is going to be intensive counter-attacking. And I think Arsenal has the speed to do that.
Right.
So I feel like they're not going to worry about the ball possession. They're going to worry about how to
Hit
take
on
these
the
guys
counter.
down in the counter. Yeah. So I think putting all this together, it's going to be an extremely entertaining game for sure. Like a neutral fan is going to enjoy a lot.
For sure.
It's going to be a really fun game. For us, since, like I said, right, no Coman, no Davies, no Gnabry, lack of speed. So now all the speed pressure is on Leroy Sané. So in the first leg, Sané kept, cutting in, making his runs inward, but he can't afford to do that now because all the pace relies on him. There's no support.
Alright.
So I feel like he's going to run to the corners. He's going to be attacking from the side instead of the center. So I feel like Musiala is going to be getting more area in the middle of the ground. And Sané is going to be running towards the side and, putting in those crosses. I feel that's the game plan, which they might do. So, yeah.
Just, could it be in a way to, to stop Saka, Sané could be put on the left side, like how he was put at, how he was deployed at City, that Musiala could attack on the right side? Could that be a tactic that Tuchel might?
That would be really effective, but the thing is, I have not seen Tuchel using Sané as a natural left winger in this season, right? He's always used him as an inverted winger because he wants that Sané's left foot inside the pitch so that he can take those shots.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think I don't see him going there, but definitely I think they are not able to handle the pace. In the game, they might switch around. Like Bayern does a lot of switcheroos between their wingers, especially when Gnabry and Coman start. They keep switching a lot because both of them are comfortable on both the sides. But in this game, maybe I guess to put it in perspective, but yeah, I don't see that happening a lot. What I do think is against Cole, Muller started. He played really, really well, and he scored our second goal also. But in the first leg against Arsenal, he didn't start. He didn't play the match actually because they wanted to have Musiala and Gnabry was there. But now that Gnabry is not there, there could be a possibility Musiala starts on the left, Muller being the cam. Or if Tuchel still thinks that Muller shouldn't play the game or maybe bring him in the second half, then one of our youngsters will be on the left wing. That is Mathis Tel or Brian Zaragoza, who we signed in January.
Okay, right. Fair enough. So it looks like you guys will be going attacking because it's your home. So since I remember you saying that you watched the City vs Arsenal game at the Etihad, right? I think it will be a similar game, if not at that level of sitting back, because whenever we have gone away against Liverpool, we have done something similar like this. We have sat back. We have always hit them on the counter or been effective about it. Even when we went to PSV, if I'm not wrong, away game, we that's how we broke the dreadnought as well. We hit them on the counter. I think going to Allianz against Bayern, I don't think it will be a different tactics just because Gnabry and Alphonso Davies are out. Obviously, you have enough quality to back that up. May not be at the same level at Alphonso Davies and Gnabry's level, but again, it's UCL. The heritage always plays a role no matter what. So we can't completely rely on form because we are stuck really badly this weekend. So I think if we stick to basics, play how we played against City, hit them on the counter, but this time being more effective in terms of taking our chances or scoring a goal, I think that will be very key. So I think in this game, you called it, I called it, we all called it. Jesus needs to start. I think Jesus needs to start as a left winger or as a striker. I think it will be as a left winger with Havertz starting as a number 9, him dropping into midfield and all that shit happening as usual. But we were both predicted, I think Jesus has to start for Arsenal. I think that'll be really effective on how we break your midfield in case when we are countering, or in case you got not in case, whenever we have the ball, you guys are very strong to get back into positions or very, very quick in getting back into positions. I've noticed that even when he came to the Emirates as well. So I think Jesus starting will be crucial there more than anything else when we go to the Allianz.
Okay,
Huh.
I'll definitely agree with
Hmm.
you. Jesus has the quality of starting a game, and
Hmm.
like we saw in the first leg, the impact he had,
Hmm.
right? But I noticed a pattern against Bayern in the first
Hmm.
leg and against Porto
Hmm.
also. I feel like when Jesus came in the second
Hmm.
half, he was more effective. In the sense, I feel like his attacking style is very explosive. So when you give an explosive guy like, hey, guess what? You have 20 minutes.
Huh.
We are losing one.
Hmm.
You better do
Hmm.
something. I need one goal.
Hmm.
I think this is Arteta's instructions to Jesus because when he's on the ground, it's so beautiful to watch him
Hmm.
play. It's so fluid,
Hmm.
right? He's not restricted at all. He has the space. He makes those dribbles, wonderful
Hmm.
stuff.
Hmm.
So, do you think Arteta might change that tactic and start him, or do you think he will again come in as a second half? Personally, if he comes in as a super sub, I'd be more scared, like as a Bayern
I
fan.
mean, like how he has done it right now, na? Like how he has been effective against you guys in the second half. Uh, Historically, Arteta is someone who likes to go to his players who he favors. We've seen that in the last 3-4 games where Kivior was doing well, then suddenly he was benched for Zinchenko. We had Martinelli doing decently, then suddenly Jesus came in and started the game. We had so many changes. Luckily, we didn't like completely like break down when we played against you guys, but those effects were like seen against Aston Villa. So no matter how
Right.
much you're going to ask about my opinion, I will say whatever Arteta might do. I feel he will start Jesus. If he doesn't,
He will.
I will be genuinely surprised because I think at the Allianz, like I said before, like we need to counter attack and we need to like get them on the counter and like we need someone who has the pace to like run up and down at the same time get defensively when needed. Martinelli is one of the best like that in at least in the Premier League. I can't compare him to the
Oh yeah.
European side of it because we've not seen him European that often already. So if we need someone of that pace who can just give it all for the next 50 to 60 minutes, I think Martinelli has to start. And like you said, if Jesus is given that 30 minutes, I think he will be more effective because
Hmm.
he will know that now is not the time to waste any single chance. Because remember how he just broke down your defense and passed it to Trossard. I don't think he would have done that had he had like 50 minutes or so because he'll think, okay, I have
That
time, I will just take the chances. So yeah,
correct.
I fear
Right.
that might happen in case he starts. So it's a new fear that has come into me. It's still like starting to like take place. Like, am I thinking properly, or is it just like those new toy syndromes where I like Havertz to start there? I do not know, but that's what I personally feel that Jesus coming off the bench is a better option than him starting initially.
Okay.
Anywho, the most important part of this discussion is, as a Bayern fan, do you think do you think Declan Rice or Odegaard is still your fear factor, or has that changed after the first leg?
So Rice is definitely pivotal.
Hmm.
I'm not going to take away any credit from
Hmm.
him, but as a fear factor, I have a small change,
Hmm.
right? Odegaard stays.
Okay.
Odegaard
Okay.
stays. He was crazy first
Hmm.
leg. I'm still like terrified of
Hmm.
him. The other guy is Ben White. Ben White.
You right? Huh? Tell why Ben White?
Because so like everybody watching this video will think I would say Saka,
Hmm.
right? Because he scored that amazing
Hmm.
goal. But definitely he has the quality. Saka is still lethal, no
Hmm.
doubt. I'm not taking anything away from
Hmm.
that. But the effect or the impact Ben White had is very underrated. Nobody's talking about
Hmm.
it. The guy was actually dictating the speed of the
Hmm.
game from the right,
Hmm.
right? And this is another thing I want to talk about. So Ben White was treating the Bayern defense like a rubber band. What I mean by that is first the rubber band is loose, right? Everybody is in formation. Then he makes this one run, Bayern start freaking out, they extend to his side. So all the defense moves there. There's automatic space near Martinelli. He puts one cross, switches the play. The rubber band again moves to the other side. That's how the game was going on, and that is why Arsenal had 60% ball possession. When I looked at the highlights, that's what I felt. So he was controlling the pace of the game, and that terrified me. And if he keeps doing that, I feel like, Arsenal could actually go through. So Ben White and Odegaard is my...
Are you an Arsenal fan by any chance?
No, I'm not. I just observe. That's all.
Bro, I'm genuinely, guys, this is a genuine reaction. I have no idea you would say it in such a beautiful manner, because many rival fans do not put out Ben White as a factor. Like, last recording, he said Declan Rice and Odegaard. I was like, what? What do you mean? Then he explained it. It was like, okay, it makes sense. Now he said Ben White. Then he actually understood that, yeah, Ben White is the one who dictates the right flank and the speed and everything that we go through on the right side. As an Arsenal fan, I know that because we've been watching day in, week in, week out. But it's superb observation, man. Like, I don't know how many times you watch the Arsenal game, but even if the last times and you still realize that it was the right hand side, I guess it is a good thing that you observe it because you're very good at it. Also a bad thing because it's kind of predictable for teams to realize, oh shit, there's no left side for Arsenal, it's just the right side they're going to attack. So if he can defend the right side or plug the right side, it'll be very easy for the Bayern side. To be fair, that's what kind of happened even in the first leg, right? No attacks came from the left side. So
that is true. Like, it was heavily dependent, but although it was dependent, that's where I give him the credit, right? Although it was dependent on that right back, he was kind of deciding how I want the 4 Bayern defenders to align themselves in the ground. Like, based on his speed, they were like moving towards this side of the ground, and it happens normally, but it's just crazy to think how he gets to decide the speed, because Bayern normally don't fall for those kind of traps, but they actually nicely played into his kind of tactic. So, and even in the first leg, the way he wins the ball, I know it was an error, mispass from Gnabry, but the way he wins the ball back and quickly passed it to Saka. So those kind of quick judgments. And I think we spoke about this. If Ben White had scored that goal, it would have been different, like a different story altogether, right? So he has the ability to even score and do that crazy right back stuff, like very, very. I know Barca fans will get triggered, but very Danny Alves.
Oh, shit! I mean, yeah.
Very, very Danny Alves it is. So, yeah.
Like, you saw like how Ben White ended up at a striker's position there. That is how I predicted Tomiyasu would had he started that game. But Kiwior started. He got flipped left, right, and center by Sane. Then Zinchenko came. He was a surprise package. But So, as I think you would have predicted, for me, it would be Sane as an obvious threat, because Kane is good, but who does Kane ping it off to? To his runners. Is Musiala as fast as Gnabry? Not really. Sane is your only runner. Really. So I think if we can stop Sane, Kane will be ineffective. And again, if not Sane, right? If Sane somehow gets through it, I think the midfield where you said, I forgot the names. Who the midfield name that you told?
Goretzka.
Goretzka. Dude, he was amazing. He kept going. Like, whenever we had the ball in the midfield, he knew, okay, right side is going to be attacked, but for sure I need to plug the left in case something happens. And my God, he just took care of the right side with Kimmich. It was just beautiful. I think he was like I think you said now like how Nagelsmann wanted Kimmich to come from the right wing and come and play into the midfield. I think Goretzka did an amazing job from the midfield, going and defending the right wing as well. So if not Sane, I think it would be Goretzka for me. It was just incredible to watch the way he just moved so quick to cover up that position. It just didn't give us any time to like even test that waters on that side. So for me, if not Sane, Goretzka for me.
Yeah, Goretzka is, he's one of those classic midfielders whose biggest strength is his work rate. He doesn't get, he just keeps running, right? And even as Bayern fans, we really like him for that. And for that very sole reason, during the COVID season when we won the treble, you should see Goretzka's transformation before COVID and after COVID, like how he was very lean, and after COVID he became completely bulked up. So that was actually part of his style of playing the midfield, where it is expected of him to be that aggressive, heavy work rate player. So yeah, definitely I'll agree with you on that. So he'll also be crucial in the second leg for sure, no doubt.
But it's almost the end of our discussion. Before we get into the playing time. What are your predictions at the Allianz?
I don't know. Let's see. Definitely Bayern won't keep clean
Okay.
sheet. That's out of the
Hmm.
question. Okay. And because it's Allianz Arena, I hope that they would score. So if they win in 90 minutes, it's
Hmm.
2-1. If they don't, uh, and probably it'll be a 2-all, it goes to extra
Extra
time.
time. Okay. Extra time you're predicting?
Okay, extra time, whoever wins it, they score 1 goal. So it's going to be like 3-2 or it goes to pens.
Pens. Okay.
So yeah, I'm getting very weird penalty
Yeah,
vibes,
right,
Nitin.
right,
I don't
right.
know. I don't want it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Giving very penalty vibes. I don't want it to go. Let's see.
Penalty, I really do not know. Like, Neuer is always that insane aura between the sticks, but the way Raya played his penalties, right, it was very cool and composed. So I
Yeah,
honestly, I'm
yeah.
completely blank about that. Let's, for our own heart and for our own BP and for a young age sake, let's not go to penalties. Let us just get it.
Go to pens.
Let us
Yeah.
just end it within the 120,
Even
90 or maximum 120.
okay, maybe yeah, and plus maybe my stats are wrong. I know Arsenal have went to penalties against
Huh.
Porto, and in recent times they
Huh.
have. But as far as I can remember, the last time Bayern played a penalty was it? I think it was in 2012 in Allianz Arena when we lost Chelsea in the final. For some reason, I'm not able to imagine any other penalty shootout we had after that. I don't know why. Like, I could be wrong, but I just can't think of a penalty shootout after that.
See,
Because if we lose, we lose. Like, we just collapse. If we win really well. So it's always been like extreme. I don't.
yeah, actually, to be
Yeah.
honest, against Madrid,
I
you guys have not gone to penalties. Against Barca, you have not guys gone to penalties.
no.
Or you guys beat the shit out of Barca by scoring that 8. Yeah, it was just that happened.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
don't
I
think
see.
you've
I
gone to
can't
penalties.
win.
Huh.
Yeah. It's been a
Hmm.
while. Played a shootout actually.
Just for the sake of it, uh, in the 90 minutes if the game is done, who do you think is going to score first? You said 2-1 Bayern. You think Arsenal are going to score first and then capitulate by conceding 2? Or do you think Bayern will score 2 and then Arsenal will score 1?
I think Arsenal will score first. Entire season we've been conceding. We've been conceding under 25 minutes. So I think Arsenal might. It's going to be a classic counter attack. I can already feel that Jesus run or that Martinelli from the left. I can already feel it happening. Yeah, we've been very bad at counter attacks. That's how all the Bundesliga teams have been getting us.
Mm-hmm.
Heidenheim beat us 3-2. All the goals they scored were like counter attacks. They just had their wingers. They're like, hey, you know what? Just run for it, man. They're not going to they're not going to catch up. And that's exactly what they did. So, yeah. And again, that being said, there's a high chance even Arsenal can go through because all they have to do is stay structured. I feel like if they can improve on their defensive performance from first leg, right? If they're not very shaky, they just have to be patient. They have to be patient for Bayern to have that one miss pass or that one attack that was not so great where Arsenal intercept and take us out in the counters. Overall, it's going to be one entertaining game. I don't see it going one-sided. That much I can tell
If
you.
it goes one-sided, then it will be like how like we lost yesterday, where we lost in the 80th minute. Like there we just gave up. I think it'll be like those kind of
Yeah,
games.
it'll be like that. Yeah.
Uh, my honest opinion, I think it will. I mean, like it wait. 120 or 90? I feel I think it will end. I think it will end in 120 minutes. Yeah, I think it will end in 120 minutes. But somewhere I weirdly feel though the game might just get over in the 90 minutes and that's it. I think like out of the 4 games that are happening, right? I think the Atletico game and our game will get over within 90 minutes. I feel it's just like I do not know. Maybe because of the
it's a football fan thing. Yeah, you just feel it, right? You can't
like I
explain it.
lost.
Yeah, I
We
get it.
lost
I get it.
yesterday, so that's why I'm not having this so much over. Okay, we can stay the entire 120 minutes and do something. Maybe that is another factor pushing. You know what? I'll just say it once and for all. Whatever happens, happens. I don't give two shits. I just want Arsenal to win. I think it will end in the 90 minutes. It could be Bayern scoring first, and a late winner from Arsenal.
Late winner.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think some
makes
like
sense. I can see that happening. Yeah,
I
I
can
can.
see. Yeah, exactly.
That's one way the game could go. Yeah.
I feel a late winner.
And actually, so as Bayern and Arsenal fans were
Huh.
discussing, but from what I learned from social media, there's more at stake over here. Apparently, the winner of us can also decide the quotient for next year's Champions League between Germany and England.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, so basically Spain is confirmed 5 spots.
Okay.
That's what I think read if I'm not
Okay.
wrong. So now these two leagues are fighting basically to get that fifth spot as a guaranteed UCL instead of having a playoff like before.
But
So right now both the leagues have four spots guaranteed. So if for example, let's say maybe Bayern wins here and Dortmund win there, I think Germany gets the fifth spot. If Arsenal go through and City go through, then I think it's England gets the fifth spot. So,
but I think we both can be very honest. We won't put that in our head when we're playing. We're just playing for pride.
Oh yeah, don't care. Who cares? Yeah, who
At
cares?
this point, we're just going for pride because we both will qualify for next year's UCL. We might again face in the group stage. We do not know. That's how the history has been.
Yeah.
I guess that will not be a factor. I think it's just like how you guys have only UCL and us after what happened yesterday. A lot of eggs might be put into UCL right now just for the moral boost that is happening right now. Whatever.
Or a win at UCL could also motivate your Premier League run.
That's what, like, if you win tomorrow's game, I mean, like, if you win the game at the Allianz, right? There couldn't be a better moral boost than that for Arsenal at least. But Heritage has said something else. That has always been the key issue.
Right.
Last year, we can say, okay, somehow City on form went and won it. But Heritage has always played a key factor. Madrid winning 14 times has not been a simple thing. Especially remember that one season when Ancelotti just raised his eyebrow and he won Chelsea, he won PSG, he won City in the last dead minutes. So, anything can happen. I weirdly feel...
And speaking of Allianz Arena, as a Bayern fan, I take a lot of pride in our stadium. A very simple reason. Clubs have failed to win there. And when I say the reason I say it very bluntly is because even during, I even spoke about this in our UCL video, right? Barcelona's MSN era, they win 3-0 against us first leg. With that team, and we had like 5 of our main players injured, they still lost 3-2 the second leg, although they went to the final. So even at clubs' best, like when clubs are in their like highest peak, they found it really difficult to win in Allianz Arena, except Real Madrid, who win it like it means nothing. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of that club.
Is it too savage to say even Chelsea? Said,
ouch, man. That was very low. Like yeah. That was very painful. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Losing a UCL final is one thing. Losing it at your home is just the worst possible thing, right? But that being said, if Arsenal do beat Bayern at the Allianz and go through, then I think for the rest of the UCL season, my money is on Arsenal to do the unthinkable.
We'll see. My predictions, I think it will end in the 90 minutes. Hopefully, somewhere, please, if you are somewhere there, within 90 minutes, some winner. It could be an own goal also. I don't give two shits. Like, Manuel Neuer try to clear it, he'll hit delete and go own goal. I'll take that. I'll celebrate like as if Saka scored it. I don't care. I will celebrate it. I don't care. But I think it'll end in the 90 minutes. Our misery will be put off by the end of 90 minutes. We do not know how that will happen.
Even I want that only. So,
but I guess it'll be an interesting 4 games, dude. But the only sad part is that we can't see the City Madrid game because it is at the Etihad. Yeah, Madrid looked more pumped than last season to do something after that humiliation last season. So I will miss that game for sure, no doubt. Will you be watching with a friend or like by yourself again?
So right now I think I'll be watching with my roommate. I guess. So they're also there. We'll just put it on our TV and just
good.
A lot of banter,
enjoy because this time I've literally 3 days back itself I said like, bro, whatever happened, UCL second leg, Machan, please, we're watching together. Because first leg I watched by myself, I couldn't contain. After the Saka goal, I removed the jersey, I was celebrating like Ganguly and Lord. So it was just crazy. Anywho, that is our video, guys. Do let us know in the comment section what are your predictions. As always, I will have Vignesh's socials in the description as well. If you guys are not yet subscribed, you know what to do. I'm on the path to hit 500 subscribers as soon as possible. So keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting, because that is how we build a community. Before I say my final goodbyes, any final words, Vignesh?
I don't know, guys. Thanks for watching these videos. Thanks for supporting my friend, and have a fun game. It's going to be an amazing UCL week. So many nerves, so much banter, so much drama, so much stress. It's going to be amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely,
Looking forward to
definitely,
Wednesday.
dude. And more importantly, right after the Wednesday video, we will have another roundup. We'll have the part two of the entire quarterfinals roundup. I think it
looking
might become more
forward to that.
personal than it was already. So I'm more keen to look forward to that as well, because yeah, so many things have been discussed. If you guys are not seeing that, do check it out as well. So yeah, until the next video, till then, good night, good morning, and good evening. Peace. Bye bye.